been a while. I said that this video was going to be 2 parts, alright? And my plan was I'd do the next part straight after the first part. And you know what? I just didn't. And there is a few reasons for that. There has been a lot that's gone on in the last month and a half, you know. What have I been up to? Where have I been, you know? I've been at home, like everybody else. Lockdown has had its effects on the old mental health. I felt like I could get the words out. I sometimes struggle with that, so that's why I haven't uploaded, so yeah. But you know what, guys? I didn't say when I was gonna upload part 2, so I don't really have to explain it. But here it is, part 2. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Everyone, cheers. What have I been up to? What have you been up to? Let me know what you've all been up to. In my last video, I had a wrist splint on this wrist. I think I had tendonitis, I don't know. But then, after I edited the video, my other wrist started hurting. And it got to the point where I couldn't even hold a book. For like 2 weeks it was like that. So what have I been up to the last month? Well, a certain football team won the league for the first time in my life. It was great, even though I can't go to Liverpool to go celebrate yet. It's pretty special. You'll never walk alone, boys. What else have I been up to? Started picking up a bit more guitar. Oh guys, also, wait. I've also been knitting a scarf, so here it is. It's nearly done. And yes, it is a Hufflepuff scarf because yes, I am a Hufflepuff. So, you know, that's what I've been doing besides playing video games and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's where I've been, that's why I haven't uploaded. I've just realised I've waffled again for about 20 minutes about nothing. Oh, by the way, if you notice lighting change a bit, it's because the sun keeps going in and out of the clouds. I can't change what the sun does, do you know what I mean? Okay, so I've had 4 major surgeries, which compared to a lot of people with Goldenhar syndrome, that is not a lot of surgery. I could have had more, and we'll get into that later on. But we're gonna go through each of the 4 in chronological order, and then at the end I'm gonna talk about a surgery that I decided that I didn't want to have, and why. Surgery number 1. I don't know how old I was, okay? Let's just say when I was young. I have an alternate squint in my eyes, which means I can't see through both eyes simultaneously. I can switch which eye I look through, but I can't look through both at the same time. If we were to wear 3D glasses, I can't see the effects of wearing 3D glasses at a cinema or on a ride. That doesn't work for me. I needed glasses. My left eye is short-sighted and my right eye is long-sighted. But when I was younger, I needed to wear glasses and I couldn't because of my undeveloped ear. So what they did is they put like a piece of cartilage or bone like above my ear. I'll put a picture up somewhere next to me to show what that looked like. It was there, put there so I could be able to wear glasses straight on my head. It didn't work, it wasn't successful. It was probably quite difficult to try and encourage me to wear glasses at such a young age as well, with the problems that I clearly had. So I didn't wear glasses. I wouldn't really call that a major surgery actually. It's one of the surgeries that is attached to Goldenhar syndrome, so obviously I'm going to mention it. That surgery directly leads to the second surgery. This surgery I had when I was 7. Basically it was to temporarily fix the alternate squint. Trigger warning, this is going to sound gross, so if you don't like gruesome things, then skip ahead. So I had my eyeball taken out and moved around and put back into place in the correct place. Okay, you can't come back now. That trigger warning was for my mum because she still doesn't like me talking about that. So I had that operation. I do remember it. I remember the recovery of it. I remembered that I hated the eye drops. I'm guessing it worked because I didn't need glasses. My eyesight is significantly worse than when I was younger, but that's just what was going to happen anyway because it was only a temporary fix. It did the job. It didn't fix the alternate squint. I've never been able to see through both eyes at the same time, but I can see better. So I don't know what they did, but they did something and it fixed it temporarily. So job done. This is like the worst kind of, if you're after like an in-depth, grammatically correct video about surgery and you want all the correct terms and all the, you know, you want all the details, then you've come to the wrong channel because you're not gonna get that here. We're moving through these nice and quick. Let's go. Number 3 and 4 are linked together because they were 2 parts of surgery. It's quite common for someone with Goldenhar syndrome who has an underdeveloped ear, and that is ear reconstruction surgery. I had mine when I was 13/14. I remember saying no to all the surgery, and then we got out of hospital. We literally walked out the front door, and then I turned to my mum and I was like, I think I've changed my mind. So my mum was like, you've got to make a decision now, because we can go back in and find the doctor and we can hopefully see them immediately without having to wait months for another appointment, or you're not having the surgery done, you know, or we're gonna have to wait months and months and months to get back into where we were at in the process. And so I was like, no, I think I do want the surgery. I think I was just scared, of course. We managed to get back into the hospital and get to see the specialist or surgeon. We got to see them without having to rebook and have to go through the whole process of booking an appointment again. We were, because I changed my mind so quickly that we were able to just go straight back in. So that was really good. Sorry, Mum. I had the surgery at Royal Free Hospital in London. My surgeon was Dr. Saba. The first trip was really gruesome. It was just me and my mum travelling all the way down to London, and obviously me having a surgery and my mum being on her own during that time, nowhere near friends and family. The recovery was pretty rough. However, after a few days I started to feel a lot better, and I just played Sims 2 for a week in the hospital bed. So you know what, I think my mum had a worse time than I did, because I had a great time. Okay, so what they do is they take cartilage out of your ribs, they carve it into an ear, and then they obviously put it under the skin and attach it to, you know, if for me, for example, the lobe that is here is from, you know, the original ear that was there. So it depends obviously how your ear has developed, what they will use and what they won't. Like I said, the lobe is real. Then they attach the rib cartilage to what's already there, put it under your skin, and then obviously stitch around. And then they like suck the air out of it. There's actually a really cool video, which I'll leave the link for in the description, where someone else is having the same surgery in the same hospital as well, with the same surgeon. If you want to go see how cool Dr. Saber is, go check out that video, because he's a legend. This scar here, it's probably about that big, from my ribs, was glued together, so no stitches or anything like that. But my ear was obviously stitched back up. Having those stitches out was absolutely horrible. That was probably the worst part. And also the first probably day after surgery, because I had like tubes in my neck. I've got a couple of scars from when I had the tubes in my neck, and they'd have to like clean out all that every 10 minutes at the start, and then every hour, then every hour and a half, then every 2 hours. So the first day and night was rough. It smelled horrible, it felt horrible. No, I don't think I'm scarred for life. Like, if I ever smell that smell again, it's one of those smells where you can almost relive the smell. Not for me, thank you very much. So that's the first half of the surgery. Several months later, I don't know, it's probably between like 9 months and a year later. I can't fully remember.
Many months later.
We went back down to have the second half of the surgery, which was to remove the ear from your head, because obviously a normal ear, it's not all attached to your head. So the idea of this was to get some skin, lift up the ear and put the skin behind the ear. And yeah, I'll wait for you. I'm gonna sneeze. Ah! You know what, hay fever sucks. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so they lift it up, put the skin behind. Oh, maybe that's the one that I had the stitches in. I can't remember which operation I had stitches in, but whichever one it was, they were horrible. So the skin came from my head, the back of my head here. So this was the worst part of the surgery, by the way. Shaving my head, not all of it, just part of it under here, so like there was quite a lot of it gone, let's put it that way. And I was super insecure, so much that I was allowed to wear a beanie at school when I went back, and I definitely got away with that a lot longer than I needed to. So yeah, sorry about that, teachers, but definitely wore that hat longer than I should have done. Yes, that was the part of the operation that I was worried about the most, is having my hair shaven off, because I was already insecure about enough things. The hair grew back, so yeah, the recovery of that was pretty good. From what I remember, I was really happy with how the ear came out. I remember just all the attention that I had on my ear, whether it was from bullying or anything like that, it was all gone immediately after I had the surgery done. It wasn't entirely cosmetic for me, because I knew there was going to be a chance that I would have to wear glasses. Even at that age, I just knew, which I do now when I'm looking at the screen for a long time, and I can wear glasses, so I'm really chuffed. The surgery was 100% worth it for me. In terms of aftercare, it needs moisturising a lot. I'll just moisturise, you know, lightly moisturise it every day when I moisturise my face, because it gets quite dry, and it's always been like that. It's just part of my daily routine now, so it's no big deal at all. I can wear glasses with no issues really. Glasses. I see better with glasses on, but honestly I'm like a child that just doesn't want to wear the glasses, so I won't. These are my glasses. They are kids size glasses, because I've got a super small face, super small head, so kids glasses, which is great because they're cheaper. Quite hard to find normal looking kids glasses. Yeah, they fit my head perfect. So yeah, it wasn't wholly cosmetic, it was practical. And as I've got older, it's way more practical now than it ever was when I had it done. Once I had the ear surgery, all the attention moved away from my ear and onto my jaw. Both negative attention and positive attention. At this point I was 15 years old. I just wanted to live my life. Options were being given to me of surgery. You could have this surgery, which means you'll have to repetitively break your jaw in order to straighten it. And at this point I was just kind of like, you know what, I'm pretty done. In terms of my jaw, it was all for cosmetic reasons. I was kind of done, you know. I'd grown up a little bit more. I was in my last year at school. I wanted to live my life, you know. I was playing drums, I enjoyed doing what I was doing, my life, my hobbies, my friends. I was enjoying life, and I didn't want to put that on hold again for another surgery that actually, will that affect me in the future massively? I don't know if it would have done. I think I was figuring out who I was. It became less about looks for me. I didn't see the value in sacrificing half a year of my life with recovery and intense recovery. It sounded like it was going to be the most brutal surgery I would have had. As I got a bit older, there were times where I was just like, oh, I just wish I had the surgery done. But it was in times where I was feeling immensely insecure and not confident in myself and who I am as a person. On the majority, I've been like, you know what, I'm glad I didn't have that surgery done. And I know someone who's had the surgery done. I've talked to someone who's had the surgery done. They had to have it done because of practical reasons. If you are considering to have a jaw surgery for just cosmetic reasons, then that is fine. For me, it was like, I can eat, I can talk, I can breathe properly. Yeah, I've got a bit of an overbite, but it doesn't stop me from doing all those things that you need to do with your mouth. The only issue is my front teeth don't join. I can breathe, I can talk, I can eat. Some people can't. What I've been given is enough. It's completely everyone's personal choice what they decide to do with their body, what they decide to do with their face, which is why I'm saying if you want the jaw surgery or if you want the ear surgery for entirely cosmetic reasons, then go ahead. But this is my perspective on it, and that's why I'm doing these videos, is so we can all share our opinions and perspectives on these things. Let's talk about that stuff, and let's talk about the value of things and what things we find valuable, and maybe we can all inspire each other. What is in our core values, that's what's important to me. If I can inspire someone to just be happy with themselves, whether they've got a facial deformity or not, you'll be surprised what can change, because I never thought that I'd get a boyfriend, let alone be engaged or getting married. I couldn't imagine it in my wildest dreams when I was growing up. But then when I took that focus off oh, I'm never gonna get a boyfriend, never gonna get a boyfriend. As soon as I just stopped thinking like that, lo and behold, I find out that a guy really likes me. I'm like, excuse me, what? This doesn't happen. Are they joking? Are they taking a mick? It happened. My fiance liked me first. I took the focus off my looks for once, what the world thought of me, and just focused on me as a person and the inside. And I found the love of my life. I just want to inspire you to just focus on who you are as a person rather than how you look. Yeah, I can ramble on about this stuff for ages, but I'm not going to because my videos were already too long. So yeah, those are the main surgeries I've had. When I started talking to someone else who has Goldenhar syndrome as well, and they said that they've had like 50 surgeries, I was like, I can't upload a video about surgery knowing that someone's had about 50 surgeries. I can't do that. Who the heck am I to talk about surgery? I've only had 4, but you know, this is my story. I want to open up this conversation and build a community where people can meet others with Goldenhar syndrome or other facial deformities, talk about their experiences. And already I've been talking to people for the first time in my life about Goldenhar syndrome. Big up the 4 surgeries. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I think in the next video I want to do something a bit more light-hearted, talk less about Goldenhar syndrome for a little bit. It's taken a lot to big myself up to just sit in front of a camera and talk deep again, which is why it's taken so long to get a video out. I want to upload more. I want to do this more. I want to be able to have something to focus on, and I want to focus on this. Before I go, we're gonna do question of the video. I need to come up with some kind of jingle for that, I think. So if you don't know, I'm going to be answering a question. Let me find them, I've got them in my notes somewhere. For now, I'm answering one question at the end of the video. This question is, I'd like to know how you can drum like a boss being half deaf. And I loved your last video. Thank you very much. How do I drum being half deaf? Oh, and there's also another one asking about being a part deaf musician. So how is it being a part deaf musician? Well, it's hard. And if you're not a musician, then none of this might even make sense. But when you have earphones, you obviously have driver in one ear and a driver in the other ear. That's called stereo. Some sounds going into one ear and some sounds going into the other ear. I have to have everything just shoved into one ear. I play a loud acoustic instrument, so I've got to be really careful about the volume that I have everything. Sound checks are really difficult. Sound checks are really difficult. Anyone who knows me knows how sound checks are difficult. Getting my mix right, because sometimes I don't know what it is that I need to change, because it's all just shoved in one ear, and it's like, and then you've got people going,
oh, can you just pan this to the right, please? Can I have the center?
That is a privilege, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is the lead I'm using. It's a stereo to mono, so both ears, both drivers for both ears are in one. That is obviously super handy. That's by ME Audio, which, if you're on a budget, it's great. Being a musician and working with one ear, especially as a drummer, is difficult. I'm really careful on my hearing, looking after my hearing. My hearing in my left ear is really good. I've got quite high senses as it is. My hearing is heightened in my left ear, and I want to protect it as much as I can. I do not play drums without hearing protection ever. My hearing is so important to me. I'm so blessed that I can hear noise isolated ear tips or nothing. For me, it's just a given. So it's difficult, but I manage because I don't know anything different. So yeah, it's hard, but in the end it is worth it. I hope that was a decent answer. I hope you enjoyed this video. As I already said, I want to do something a bit more chill in the next video. I'm hoping to do some kind of about me thing. If you want to ask questions that would make my life a lot easier, and would encourage me to do that kind of video a lot more. So please, I hope you're keeping yourself well in lockdown. Look after yourself. Keep safe. Peace.